Alright YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder Ground Forces with the Angry Nerd. And today I'm going to show you the process that I use to spade my vehicles. Low tier, high tier, it doesn't matter. I use the same process. Now the first thing that I needed to do for this video is find a vehicle that I didn't have any modifications done on. So I chose to go to the Chinese tech tree because I don't play the Chinese tech tree. Now I've loaded the M8 HMC in crew slot number 1, and as you can see, I don't have any research done on this vehicle at all. So we're going to select up improved parts as the first thing we research, and now we're going to get to the important stuff. Come down to your lower right hand corner and look for your boosters and stuff. These are your shop items. See, I have a 30%, a 75. I have a lot of boosters in here, and I've gotten these by recycling the items that I don't use. You hit this recycling button, and you can see here I got 2 pages of stuff. These are all backup vehicles. These are universal backups. You can buy those in the Warbond shop. But these things right here, the orders and the wagers, I never really use those. So let's recycle them. So we're going to take that one and get 2 of these. 1 of this one, 2 of this one, 1 of this one. All right. And then right here is recycle the selected items. And it's going to make you confirm it. And again, there we go. Now it doesn't automatically give me the items. You have to create them. I have 174 recycled and unused items, and out of those I can create 87 new items. So right here on this little slider, you can just increase. I'm going to create 3 new items. Let's see what we get. Okay, well, we got another order and some more backup vehicles. Let's create 3 more. And if I get something I don't want, I'll just recycle it again later. But there we go. We picked up a booster. So now I've shown you how to get a booster. We're going to recycle these items that I don't particularly want. And we'll save those for later. We've picked up a booster. Now this is a great way to get boosters if you don't have any. You can buy them from the Warbonds shop if you have enough Warbonds to do that. And we're going to activate this 75% booster. But we're going to use this in conjunction with one of our backup vehicles. You get 5 daily backup vehicles. So 5 backup vehicles every day, and you can use those on any vehicle. So we're going to go into a game running this 75% booster. If or when we get killed, we're going to use the same vehicle and go out again using a backup vehicle. That's going to give us 2 plays with this backup, or with the same vehicle, instead of just using 1 vehicle in the game with a 75% booster. Now I'm going to get to use the same vehicle twice with a 75% booster, and hopefully it'll work. Now I'm going to cut this part out, and I'm going to go to where I get killed, and I'll show you. We're selecting the backup vehicle. Oh no, somebody has snuck up behind me. Alright, we're dead. We only killed 2 ground targets. But now I get to show you that we're going to select a backup vehicle. Okay, here we go. We're going to hit battle, and look here. We got daily universal backups. And you also have universal backups that you can buy. And if you have country-specific backups, a third option will show up in there. So we've selected a backup, and now we're going back out in the same game with the same vehicle. Again, still running the 75% booster. Now let's jump to the end because I don't want this video to take all day. Alright, we didn't do so great. We ended up with 6 ground targets. And I didn't get the opportunity to go for any caps. Taking caps really will give you some good research points. So we're only going to be getting the points from the vehicles we destroyed, but we've got this. We're going to go for fire suppression. Adjustment of fire. Now the only thing that I would say that if you purchase all of the vehicles in the same tier, right? We just got the tier 1, you will get a little bonus of research points every time you complete a tier. So that'll give you a couple of more. You're still gonna get it whenever you do it, so it doesn't really matter. But if you're just wanting to collect those little bonuses on the way, you get them every time you complete a tier. But I think we're doing pretty well for only have played a mediocre 1 game. Now I went for engine. I might would have had enough for filters. That's one thing I wish. I wish they would show you the research point as you're spinning them down, and you would be able to know if you could afford one over the other. But yeah, we didn't have quite enough for the engine, but we've got the booster still going for 1 more game. So let's hop out and do 1 more game, and we're gonna skip the whole game and just come back to the end. All right, well, good thing you didn't have to watch that. It was an absolutely horrible game. We only destroyed 2 ground targets, but yeah, we might need to have a 3rd game. We still finished off the engines, transmission. Let's see, not quite enough for the filters. That was, I mean, if I would have had a decent game, we would have finished researching the entire vehicle or spading the entire vehicle in 2 games, but that was a crap game. So we're gonna need another game. So we've activated another booster, and yeah, how did I grab this? What is happening? Yeah, we're gonna go out again. All right, that was better. We ended up with 10 kills. We did use another backup vehicle. This should finish us out on this M8. So we've gotten the filters and the smoke canisters, or the smoke shell, and that spades us out right there. 3 games. Now I've selected another vehicle that I haven't modified. This is the Swedish T28. I really haven't played it because I played the T28 in the Soviet tech tree, and I don't like repeating the same vehicles in the other tech trees. But I've picked this particular vehicle because I do have some Swedish nation backup vehicles. So when and if we get killed in this vehicle, you'll be able to see that there's the daily backup, the universal backup, and the Swedish or the nation backup that you can select from. Now this is only specific for spading a vehicle. If I was trying to research a new vehicle, then I would be doing this same thing with either a premium vehicle or a vehicle that has a talisman on it that gives you extra research points. So you would be getting the extra research points either because it was a premium or because it had a talisman on it. and then you'd be getting your booster research points, and you'd be using that vehicle twice in the same game. So you can use the same thing for researching new vehicles. You just want to make sure that you're kind of tier equivalent, like the tier below the one that you're researching. If you're trying to research a tier 7, with a tier 2 vehicle, you're not going to be very efficient. You would be using tier 6 to research a tier 7 or another tier 7 or something like that. But anyway, you can do this for researching new vehicles. But anyway, let's switch to when I get killed. Oh no, I'm dead. But we did capture a zone, and we destroyed one ground target. Alright, now look here. We have the daily universal, the regular universal, and the nation specific one. I'll use the daily one first, then I would use the nation specific, and use my regular universal ones that I would pay for last. So you get 3 choices there to come out in the same vehicle again. So let's go to the end of the game. Okay, so we really didn't do anything else the rest of that game. The basic ammo that comes in this vehicle is pretty crappy. So yeah, improved parts we got finished up, and we've got fire prevention that we can also purchase. Let's go ahead and grab that. Alright. Oh, let's go for the improved ammo. There we go. That'll make everything better right there. And some crew replenishment. Let's go in for another game. Alright, that new ammo helped a lot. We ended up with 12 enemy ground targets destroyed. With the new ammo, let's see, crew replenishment. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these tier 1 ones. A little bonus. Getting those. Adjustment of fire. The better you can aim, the better you can hit stuff. Let's see. Go here. Man, maybe one more assist and we could have spaded it in 2 games. But you get the gist of how this works. You use your recyclings to get the boosters. You use your boosters in conjunction with your backup vehicles, and that's how you do it. If you've liked this video on how to spade vehicles, hit that like button. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe if you would. But as always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Nerd out.